Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's had a good Wednesday, Tuesday. Forget what day it was. We're getting ready to get back into our D&D game using ChatGPT as the DM, which has been working pretty good so far. Knock on wood. Um, Need to thank StreamYard for their product that we use for streaming the conversations we have. And we're listening to again Bear McCreary's Battlestar Galactica TV series, seasons 1 through 4. But I'm not claiming copyright on them. I don't own them. I'm not making any money off this video. So if I need to take it down, let me know. And with that, we are going to get the recap from Alex.
Summary of Episode 3 of Simon and Ella. Setting: the session took place in a hidden cave used by the Order of the Elemental Claw. Key events: 1. Exploring the storage room. Simon, Ella, and Lyra searched the storage room, finding useful items including healing potions, antitoxin, rations, rope, and lantern oil. They sabotaged the supplies to hinder the Order's operations. 2. Heading to the armory. The group decided to explore the armory next. Upon arrival, Ella successfully identified traps in the armory: a pressure plate connected to a net trap, and a tripwire connected to an alarm. 3. Setting a trap. They devised a plan to use the traps to their advantage by luring Order members into the room with a minor illusion. 2 Order members entered the armory and triggered the traps, one getting entangled in a net and the other setting off the alarm. 4. Combat in the armory. The group immediately attacked the entangled Order members. Ella scored a critical hit with her bow, significantly injuring one of the Order members. Lyra cast Entangle, further restraining one Order member. Simon delivered 2 successful attacks, defeating the second Order member. Mutter 5. Post-combat decisions. One Order member was defeated, and the other remained restrained by the entangling plants. The group considered their next steps, deciding between interrogation, finishing off the remaining Order member, or searching the armory. Current: Simon, AC 13, HP 39. Ella, AC 14, HP 30. Lyra, Druid ally assisting the group, remaining Order member, restrained by entangling plants. Next steps: the group needs to decide whether to interrogate the restrained Order member, finish him off, or search the armory for additional clues or items. Pause point. The session ended with the group preparing to make their next move in the armory. When you're ready to continue, let me know and we can pick up right where we left off.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping to start off with.
Okay.
This past episode that you call episode 3 is now called episode 2.5 because the one on YouTube, since we skipped the first one, I have it. This is the third episode on YouTube, but it's the fourth episode overall. Let's see what she says about that. I think it's so slow because it's so big.
That's what she said. Well, it says the memory's been updated. Oh, no. Oh, snap.
Okay, Alex, we're ready to start the game again. Could you give us a brief reminder of why we're in this cave system?
Because we're dumb. Not how you know how it feels for us when we're playing Curse the Straw and we're like, wait, where are we at again?
If I only knew how to force it to make me reload the page. I wonder if I just hit refresh and see if that does it.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah,
You close out some of the tabs you got too.
they're related to DMing with ChatGPT.
Okay.
Brief reminder: Simon and Ella are in the cave system to disrupt the plans of the Order of the Elemental Claw, a dangerous group attempting to harness elemental powers for their own nefarious purposes. The Order's actions have been causing disturbances in the natural balance, which caught the attention of Archmage Valen and led him to send Simon and Ella to investigate and thwart their efforts. The group, now joined by the druid Lyra, entered the cave system where they believe the Order is conducting rituals and storing supplies. So far, Simon, Ella, and Lyra have sabotaged some supplies in a storage room and explored an armory where they encountered and defeated 2 Order members. Currently, they are deciding how to proceed, with 1 Order member restrained and the other defeated. Current situation: Simon, Fighter Eldritch Knight, AC 13, HP 39. Ella, Rogue Phantom, AC 14, Druid Ally, assisting the group. Remaining Order member, restrained by entangling plants in the armory. Next steps: you're in the armory, with 1 Order member defeated and another restrained by entangling plants. You can choose to interrogate the restrained member, finish him off, search the armory for more clues, or take another course of action. How would you like to proceed?
You want to interrogate him?
I do, but I don't know what to ask because it's been so long. It's like I know where we are. I know what we're doing, but like an amnesia patient, I'm like, how did we get here? What was the point of this again? I mean, I know we're doing it for a good reason, but what am I supposed to ask him?
We decide to interrogate the restrained member. Let it figure it out.
Some music of my people.
Hmm.
And hell, look at me. Best watch you show, boy.
Wow.
Interrogating the restrained order. Member Simon, Ella, and Lyra decide to interrogate the restrained order member to gather information about the Order of the Elemental Claw and their plans. The order member, entangled in the vines and unable to escape, glares defiantly at them, but seems to realize he's in no position to resist. The
Damn straight.
interrogation. Ella steps forward, her voice firm but calm. You're caught, and there's no escaping these vines. We need answers, and you're going to give them to us. You and the rest of the order planning. What's your objective in this cave? The order member grits his teeth, clearly reluctant to speak, but the pressure of the situation forces him to consider cooperating. You think you've won? We're only here because of you meddling fools. The order is far stronger than you can imagine. The elemental forces we're harnessing are just the beginning. Start talking, or things will get a lot worse for you. Who's in charge of this operation? The order member hesitates, but the entangling vines tighten slightly, causing him to wince in pain. Fine. The leader here is Seraphis. He's a powerful mage, obsessed with unlocking the true power of the elements. He believes that by controlling the elemental rifts in this cave, we can reshape the world to our will. But you're too late to stop him. And where exactly is Seraphis now? What's his next move? He's deeper in the cave preparing the ritual. There's a chamber further in, the ritual chamber, where it's all going down. He's got some elemental guardians in there too, to protect him from intruders like you. What do you do? With this new information, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they 1. Continue the interrogation? Press for more details about the ritual Seraphis or the elemental guardians. 2. Finish off the order member. Ensure he's no longer a threat before moving on. 3. Leave him tied up. Leave the order member restrained and continue deeper into the cave toward the ritual chamber. 4. Search the armory. Take some time to search the armory for more supplies or weapons before continuing. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take.
You want to talk to him anymore?
What do you think?
I'm thinking I want some more information about the elemental guardians. Simon asks about the elemental guardians. Any day now.
Simon's question steps closer to the restrained order member, his tone firm and demanding. Tell us more about these elemental guardians. What are they? How many are there? And how can they be defeated? The order member shifts uncomfortably in the entangling vines, clearly not eager to divulge more information, but knowing he has little choice. The elemental guardians are powerful beings, each tied to a different element: earth, fire, water, and air. Seraphis summoned them to protect the ritual chamber and keep intruders like you from interfering. They're not just mindless creatures, they're bound to the elemental rifts, giving them even more power. He pauses, casting a wary glance at Simon and Ella. Defeating them won't be easy. You'll need to exploit their weaknesses. The Earth Guardian, for example, is vulnerable to lightning and thunder, while the Fire Guardian can be weakened with water or ice. But be warned, they're not alone in that chamber. Seraphis has placed other defenses there as well. What about the others? How do we weaken them? The Air Guardian can be brought down with earth or stone, and the Water Guardian is weak against fire. But don't expect them to go down easily. Seraphis chose them for their strength and resilience. If you want to survive, you'll need to be smart about how you fight them. What do you do? With this new information about the elemental guardians, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they, one, press for more information, ask further questions about Seraphis or the ritual chamber? Two, finish off the order member, eliminate the threat before moving on? Three, leave him tied up, leave the order member restrained, and continue deeper into the cave toward the ritual chamber. Four, take some time to search the armory for more supplies or weapons before continuing. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take.
I want to know how many there are exactly.
I also want to know what is the ritual they're performing.
Simon wants to know exactly how many elemental guardians are there, and Ella wants to know what ritual Seraphis is performing. Sound good?
Yeah, I can read. Do you watch a lot of YouTube?
Yeah,
You're going to enjoy the ad free. Give me a second.
right.
Sorry, that's the hopes.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Simon and Ella's questions. Steps forward, his expression stern. Exactly how many elemental guardians are there? We need to know what we're up against. The order member, feeling the pressure, responds quickly. There are 4 elemental guardians, one for each element: earth, fire, water, and air. Each one is bound to a specific elemental rift within the ritual chamber. They're all connected to the ritual Seraphis is performing. Speaking of the ritual, what exactly is Seraphis trying to do? What's the purpose of this ritual? The order member hesitates for a moment before answering, knowing that he's already said too much. Seraphis is trying to tear open the elemental rifts completely. He believes that by doing so, he can harness their raw power and use it to reshape the world. If he succeeds, the balance between the elements will be destroyed, and chaos will reign. The elemental guardians are there to protect the rifts until the ritual is complete. He pauses, a hint of fear in his eyes. If you don't stop him, this entire region could be consumed by elemental forces beyond your control. The ritual is nearly complete. You're running out of time. What do you do? With this critical information about the four elemental guardians and the ritual Seraphis is performing, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they 1. Finish off the order member. Ensure he's no longer a threat before moving on. 2. Leave him tied up. Leave the order member restrained and hurry deeper into the cave toward the ritual chamber. 3. Search the armory. Take some time to search the armory for more supplies or weapons before continuing. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take.
I say
Okay.
we finish off the guard.
All right. Before we do this, I think one of us should ask him how he got caught up in all of this while the other one searches the armory. So we
Okay.
can kill two birds with one stone.
Ella asks, how did you end up with a group like this? And Simon searches the armory along with Lyra.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe his dad was a member and he got caught up and you just don't want to.
Is that going to make a difference? Are we going to leave him behind where
I
he can
mean,
come back and kill us?
if he didn't willingly choose this, then yeah, I'm not gonna kill him. I don't want to kill him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have any spells. Can't put him to sleep. But I could punch him and knock him
This
out.
question. Ella, curious about the order member's past, decides to probe a bit deeper. How did you end up with a group like this? What made you join the Order of the Elemental Claw? The order member, still restrained by the vines, lets out a bitter chuckle. You really want to know? Fine. I was once a scholar studying the elements and their mysteries. But knowledge isn't always enough. Power, that's what I sought. The Order offered me a way to gain it. Seraphis promised that by harnessing the elemental forces, we could reshape the world, make it a place where we could control our own destinies. I believed him. I still do. But now it seems I may have overestimated my place in this new world. He looks down, a mix of regret and stubborn pride in his eyes. But it's too late for me. Maybe it's too late for all of us. Simon and Lyra search the armory. While Ella is questioning the Order member, Simon and Lyra begin searching the armory for any useful items or weapons that might aid them in the upcoming confrontation. Investigation rolls. Let's roll an investigation check for Simon and Lyra to determine what they find. Please roll for Simon, and I will roll for Lyra.
It's nice that she remembered that she was rolling for Lyra. Investigation +4. Nat 20.
Yeah. I would put a natural 20 plus 4.
Too late.
That way she knows it's a nat 20.
I don't think it matters if it's not in combat.
It should. It means you should be damn good at whatever task you've just done.
Searching the armory. Results. Investigation roll 24. Investigation roll 3.
Mm.
Discoveries. Simon's keen search. Simon's sharp eyes and thorough search reveals several valuable items in the armory. Items found. 1. Elemental crossbow bolts. Simon finds a quiver of crossbow bolts, each tipped with elemental energy. The bolts come in sets of 4, each attuned to a different element: fire, ice, lightning, and stone. These bolts can deal extra damage depending on the element. 2. Enchanted shield. In the corner of the armory, Simon uncovers an enchanted shield. The shield bears a faint glow and offers additional protection against elemental attacks, granting the user resistance to one type of elemental damage: fire, cold, lightning, or acid, once attuned. 3. Potions of resistance. Simon also finds 2 potions labeled as potions of resistance. Each potion grants resistance to a specific type of elemental damage: fire, cold, lightning, or acid, for 1 hour after consumption. Lyra's findings. Unfortunately, Lyra doesn't find anything noteworthy during her search. Most of the items she looks through are standard weapons and armor without any significant enchantments or uses. What do you do? With these new items discovered and the Order members' information, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they 1. Distribute the items. Decide who should carry or use the items found in the armory. 2. Finish off the Order member. Ensure he's no longer a threat before moving on. 3. Leave him tied up. Leave the Order member restrained and continue deeper into the cave toward the ritual chamber. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take.
Okay. First off, I'm going to very kindly and gently slit this man's throat.
You're going to do what?
I'm going to very kindly and gently slit this man's throat and tell him peace in the next life.
Kindly and gently slits the guard's throat and says, "What'd you tell him?"
Peace in the next life. And how you want to divvy up this loot? Potion.
Have you got a crossbow?
Yeah.
All right, you'll take the bolts then, because I don't have any ranged weapons.
All right. How many bolts was it?
It's already killing the guy, so you got to wait for that to get done so I can scroll back up and see what there was.
All right. Okay. And then you should take the shield.
No, wait, I got I got a light crossbow. If I take the shield, I lose my other scimitar.
All right. Well, I've got a
sword on my back.
and it's not tuned. So let's give it to Lyra.
Okay, give her the shield.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not tuned anyways. So I
Ella's
would
swift
be
action. Ella, her voice calm and soothing, approaches the restrained order member. With a gentle yet firm motion, she draws her blade and whispers softly, "Peace in the next life." With a quick, precise movement, she slits the guard's throat, ensuring a swift and merciful end. The order member's struggles cease as he slumps against the entangling vines, his life extinguished. Aftermath. The cave grows silent again, with only the flickering light of the lantern casting shadows on the walls. Simon, Ella, and Lyra stand ready to continue their mission, knowing that the path ahead leads to the ritual chamber where Seraphis and the elemental guardians await. What do you do? With the
grab a
order
beer.
member dealt with and the
I'll be
new
right
items
back.
in hand, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they 1. Distribute the items,
and we've
decide who should
got
carry or use the items found in the armory before moving on? 2.
all right. So we've got two potions of resistance, one apiece. Hello. Oh, you're not there.
All right, you want to pause this for a minute? I need to take these little canines out.
Okay. Do I have time for a smoke?
Absolutely.
All right.
So we'll be right back. I want to show you how to do that. Totally watching your chair glitch the fuck out.
Huh. I added a potion of fire resistance to my inventory.
So I get to pick one element.
Do I?
I get to pick one element.
Yeah. Just filter by type potion, and then type in potion of resistance.
Hello.
So you've got a crossbow.
I thought I did, but I have a short sword. My other character has a crossbow.
Okay.
It's
Then I
fine.
guess I'll take the elemental crossbows bolts. Set to 4. Fire, ice, lightning, and stone.
So there's like no cold resistance.
It's like what?
No cold resistance.
I still didn't hear you.
Cold resistance.
Cold resistance? Yeah, I think there is. I think that was the
Oh,
first
it's
one.
way up the top. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you take the bolts. Something's wrong. I don't have my glasses. Something felt weird. Some old.
Come in. Set to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add 4 items to equipment. Ice. One, two, three. Whoops. Lightning. Crossbow bolt to stone. Okay. I'm going to unequip my scimitars and equip the crossbow.
Okay. I wasn't aware you had to unequip two to unequip more.
I apparently you don't have to. I've got all three equipped now.
Yeah, because I'm
Loading, I
like,
would like to know more about though. Proficient, yes, range 80 feet, 320 feet, 1d8 plus 2, piercing, 525 gold, ammunition, loading range, two handed. If your proficiency bonus to the attack roll for any attack you make with it. Okay. Simon takes the crossbow bolts. We give Lyra the shield. And Simon takes a potion of fire resistance, and Ella takes the potion of what resistance?
oh,
Distributing the items. The group takes a moment to distribute the items they found in the armory. Takes the elemental crossbow bolts. Takes the potion of fire resistance. Ella takes the potion of cold resistance. Lyra takes the enchanted shield. With their new equipment in hand, Simon, Ella, and Lyra feel more prepared to face the challenges that lie ahead. Proceeding to the ritual chamber. With the order member dealt with and their supplies gathered, the group decides to head deeper into the cave toward the ritual chamber. The path ahead is marked on the map, and they know that Seraphis and the elemental guardians await them. The path to the ritual chamber. The cave grows darker and more foreboding as they proceed. The air becomes heavy with the scent of damp earth and the faint crackle of elemental energy. The path narrows, leading to a large, ominous stone doorway. Beyond it lies the ritual chamber, where the fate of the region may be decided. What do you do? As you stand before the stone doorway leading to the ritual chamber, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they 1. Enter cautiously? Proceed with caution, ready for any potential traps or ambushes. 2. Prepare for battle. Ready their weapons and spells, preparing for a direct confrontation. 3. Listen for signs of activity. Pause and listen for any sounds or clues from within the chamber before entering. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take.
Well, I think we need to get a handle on what's going on behind the door first.
Right. Simon takes out his crossbow and loads a firebolt. Ella listens at the door.
Yes.
At the door to see what she can hear.
It's a sex party.
Huh?
It's a sex party.
Found a flaw with ChatGPT. I asked it how many R's are in the word strawberry. Said two.
There's three.
Yep.
Preparing for the ritual chamber. Simon takes out his crossbow and carefully loads one of the fire elemental bolts. The bolt hums softly with fiery energy as it slides into place, ready for action. Ella steps forward, her ear close to the large stone doorway as she tries to hear any sounds or clues from within the ritual chamber. Perception check. Please roll a perception check for Ella to determine what she hears from the other side of the door.
Not bad. For a +1.
Would you roll?
18.
15?
18.
18. Miss big ears are good for something.
Ella's perception. With a roll of 18, Ella listens carefully at the stone doorway, straining to catch any sounds from within the ritual chamber. What Ella hears: chanting. Ella hears low, rhythmic chanting coming from within the chamber. The voices are deep and resonant, suggesting a group of individuals involved in some form of ritual. The language is unfamiliar to her, but the tone conveys a sense of urgency and power. Elemental sounds. Beneath the chanting, she can make out the distinct sounds of elemental forces at work: rumbling earth, crackling fire, rushing wind, and dripping water. These sounds are not constant, but seem to fluctuate, as if being manipulated or controlled. Movement. There is also a faint sound of movement, possibly footsteps or the shuffling of robes. It's hard to tell exactly how many people are inside, but there's definitely more than one. What do you do? With this information, how do Simon, Ella, and Lyra proceed? Do they: 1. Enter cautiously, open the door slowly and proceed with caution, ready for whatever lies beyond. 2. Burst in and attack. Take the element of surprise and burst into the room, attacking immediately. 3. Plan a strategy. Discuss a strategy based on what Ella has heard before entering the chamber. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take.
Going guns blazing.
Do what?
Let's go in guns blazing.
You're not going to check for traps?
Why would they have traps?
I don't know.
I mean, if you want to check for traps,
No, that's all
but
right.
I mean, you can check the door for traps.
That's all right.
That's not a bad idea.
We
But I think
decided to first check the door for traps. Then
I want to
we
have
bust in
wait,
and
wait,
attack.
wait, 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 wait,
Okay.
wait. I
Okay.
want to have both my daggers drawn and ready to throw before we open that door.
Ella draws her two daggers and prepares to throw them. Then we bust in and attack. Sound good?
If you're ready for it.
Okay.
Checking the door for traps. Before making their move, Simon, Ella, and Lyra decide to check the door for any traps that might be in place. Ella carefully examines the stone doorway and its surroundings. Investigation check. Please roll an investigation check for Ella to determine if she finds any traps on the door. Once you have the result, I'll describe what happens next.
I thought you were doing the investigation.
I just said we check the door for traps, and it decided you would do it. So what's your roll?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Take it back to Walmart for cat food.
18.
Investigation results. With a roll of 18, Ella carefully examines the stone doorway for any signs of traps. Her keen eyes and experience with such things serve her well. Findings: no traps. Ella thoroughly inspects the door and the surrounding area, but finds no signs of traps or mechanisms designed to harm intruders. The doorway appears to be safe to open. The plan. With the door confirmed to be trap free, Simon, Ella, and Lyra prepare to make their move. Readies his crossbow, the fire elemental bolt loaded and ready to fire. 2. Ella draws her two daggers, poised to throw them as soon as they enter the room. 3. Prepares to cast a spell. ready to support the attack with her druidic magic. Bursting in with everything in place, Simon, Ella, and Lyra burst through the stone door into the ritual chamber, weapons ready and prepared for combat. What you see, the ritual chamber, is a large, cavernous room with elemental energy swirling in the air. 4 elemental rifts, one for each element, are positioned at the cardinal points of the chamber. In the center stands a tall, imposing figure, undoubtedly Seraphis, chanting and manipulating the elemental forces around him. Near each rift, an elemental guardian stands watch, their forms crackling with power. An earth elemental with rock like skin, a fire elemental blazing with flames, a water elemental swirling like a storm, and an air elemental with a vortex like body. Combat begins. With the element of surprise, Simon, Ella, and Lyra have the chance to strike first. Initiative rolls. Please roll for initiative for Simon and Ella. I will roll for Lyra, Seraphis, and the elemental guardians to determine the order of combat. Once you have the results, I'll provide the initiative order and describe what happens next.
20.
20, you said?
Yeah,
Let's see, now I rolled a 4.
sorry. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt many times.
Mm.
Initiative Order 1, 22. 22. 3. Earth Guardian, 16. 4. Water Guardian, 16. 6. Fire Guardian, 11. 7. Seraphis, 8. Combat begins with Lyra moving first, followed by Ella. They have the opportunity to strike before the elemental guardians and Seraphis can react. Lyra's turn. Lyra, seeing the elemental guardians and the ritual in progress, quickly decides to cast a spell to weaken their foes. She casts Entangle on the ground around the elemental guardians, aiming to restrain as many of them as possible. Entangle spell. Effect. Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. Each elemental guardian in the area must make a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants. Ella's turn. Ella, with her daggers drawn and ready, Ella prepares to strike. She has the opportunity to target any of the elemental guardians or Seraphis himself. Please roll for Ella's attack and let me know who she targets. Then I'll describe what happens next.
I am targeting Seraphis. And I'm going to throw one of each of the daggers in my hands at him. Hopefully smacking him right in the back of the head, cutting off his brainstem.
Her first roll is what?
First roll is 19. Second roll is 12. Lovely music for a battle scene. It's a dagger.
Well, we've got a which response you prefer coming up.
Oh, I know one of them at least too. But 19 had to have hit.
Right.
But we'll see. Alright, so with that.
Ella's attack on Serapis. First dagger, first attack on 19. The result, and dagger fly through, striking Serapis as he focuses on the ritual. The dagger flies through with precision, striking directly to the solid hit. Second dagger, miss. Oh, yeah. Being struck by the first dagger avoids the second. I think I prefer the second one.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
It's given us two. Which response do you prefer, response 1 or response 2? And they're both slightly different. I think I prefer the second one.
Go back up a little bit.
Too late.
I can't.
What's your damage roll?
Do I get sneak attack since he was caught off guard?
Let me ask. Does Ella get sneak attack this round? There's nobody close to Serapis, only if you have advantage on the attack, which you didn't. So there should not be any sneak attack, I'm thinking. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm wondering if because we had the element of surprise, I should have had advantage.
Alright. Does she have advantage with her surprise attack?
Better say yes. That just break the system. Oh, cool.
Given the circumstances, 1. Surprise round. Since Ella and the party burst into the room and caught Seraphis by surprise, this round can be considered a surprise round. In D&D 5e, during a surprise round, those who are surprised do not act on their turn in the first round of combat. 2. Sneak attack. Ella is a rogue, and if she has advantage on her attack roll, or if an ally, such as Simon or Lyra, is within 5 feet of the target, she can apply sneak attack. Given the surprise and the fact that Seraphis is likely not expecting this attack, Ella would have advantage on her first attack. So, yes, Ella does get sneak attack on her first attack roll, and she also has advantage on that attack due to the surprise round. Please roll for the damage for her first dagger, including the sneak attack bonus. If you want to re-roll the first attack to see if she scores a critical hit with advantage, you can do that as well.
What do you want to do?
The first attack?
Yeah.
I mean, but if I don't and I fuck it up,
Right. I'd leave it, and it's for your
Yeah.
damage.
So, um, dagger damage is 4. We're gonna go with the second sneak attack damage, which was 8, because I didn't mean to roll the first one. I was looking for a possibility of advantage on that attack, but it doesn't have that.
I tried to look when I went out to smoke to see if I could post, make a post about what's going on right now, the stream on Facebook, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't show the session as being live. Didn't show it at all.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Let me look.
Ella's attack results. First dagger, damage roll 4 points of piercing damage. Sneak attack bonus, 8 points of additional damage. Total damage, 12 points of damage. Ella's first dagger strikes true, sinking into Seraphis with precision and dealing a total of 12 points of damage. Seraphis, caught off guard, winces in pain as the dagger finds its mark. The second dagger misses its target, but the damage from the first is significant. Current status: wounded by Ella's surprise attack, but still standing and preparing to retaliate. Elemental Guardians, awaiting their turns, potentially restrained by Lyra's Entangle spell. What do you do? With the first attacks landing, the next phase of combat will begin. The Elemental Guardians and Seraphis are now aware of your presence. Next, it's the Earth, Water, and Air Guardians' turns, followed by the Fire Guardian, Seraphis, and finally Simon. How would you like to proceed?
Do you end
Which
your
would,
turn?
yes, I am my turn. And I sent you the link. Oh no. I don't have uncanny dodge. Ooh, I'm kind of screwed. I shall have a ready turn in a moment. All right. Take 10 points of damage. darling. Sam, for the moment, please.
Okay, thanks.
Next in the initiative order, Elemental Guardians. With Ella having ended her turn, the Elemental Guardians now react to the intrusion. They've been targeted by Lyra's Entangle spell, so they need to make strength saving throws to determine if they're restrained by the plants. Strength saving throws. Earth Guardian, Water Guardian. Let's see how they fare. Earth Guardian strength save 15 passes. The Earth Guardian resists the entangling vines and remains unrestrained. Water Guardian, strength save 7, fails. The Water Guardian is restrained by the entangling vines, limiting its movement. Air Guardian, strength save 12, fails. The Air Guardian is also caught by the vines, its swirling form temporarily hindered. Actions. Earth Guardian, the Earth Guardian, unimpeded by the vines, advances toward the party. It raises its massive rocky fists and attempts to slam them into Simon, who stands ready for battle. Attack roll. Roll 19, hits. Damage roll. Simon takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the Earth Guardian's powerful slam attack. Water Guardian, restrained by the vines, the Water Guardian struggles to break free and is unable to take any other action this turn. Air Guardian. Similarly, the Air Guardian struggles against the vines and remains restrained. Next in initiative, Fire Guardian. The Fire Guardian, unrestrained and burning with fiery energy, rushes toward Lyra, seeing her as the source of the entangling magic. It lashes out with a fiery attack. Roll 15, damage roll. Lyra takes 9 points of fire damage as the Fire Guardian's flames scorch her. Seraphis' turn. Now it's Seraphis' turn to act. He clutches the wound left by Ella's dagger and glares at the party. Seraphis utters an incantation, and the elemental energies in the room swirl more violently. He summons a powerful elemental blast and directs it at Ella, seeking to retaliate. Attack roll. Roll 14 hits. Ella takes 10 points of elemental damage as the blast of mixed energy strikes her. Simon's turn. Finally, it's Simon's turn. After taking a hit from the Earth Guardian, Simon has the opportunity to retaliate or take another action. What does Simon do?
I've got the firebolt loaded. Do you think I need to shoot the water elemental with fire? Hello? You're muted.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a very loud, small dog.
Okay. So shoot the firebolt at the water elemental, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simon shoots the water elemental with a firebolt. Fire. Crossbow bolt. Nat 20.
Woo-hoo.
Simon's attack. Simon, seeing the water guardian restrained by the entangling vines, seizes the opportunity to strike. He aims his crossbow, loaded with a fire elemental bolt, directly at the water guardian. Attack roll. Please roll for Simon's attack to see if the firebolt hits the water guardian. Once you have the result, please roll for damage. The fire elemental bolt should deal extra damage to the water guardian due to its elemental vulnerability.
Simon rolled a natural 20 on his attack. He rolled 7 points of damage. Damage plus whatever the fire bonus is.
Simon's critical hit. Natural 20 hit. Damage roll, 7 points of piercing damage from the crossbow bolt. Fire damage bonus. Given that the water guardian is vulnerable to fire, the fire elemental bolt deals additional damage. Normally, the fire elemental bolt would deal 1d6 fire damage. However, because Simon scored a critical hit, the fire damage is doubled. Fire damage roll, 2d6 fire damage. Simon rolls a 9 for the fire damage, 4 and 5. Total damage, piercing damage, 7 points from the bolt itself. Fire damage, 18 points, 9 rolled, doubled due to vulnerability. Total damage, 25 points of damage. Results. Fire elemental bolt streaks through the air, striking the water guardian directly. The moment it makes contact, the bolt explodes in a burst of fire, the flames licking at the water guardian's form. The fire, empowered by Simon's critical hit and the water guardian's vulnerability, causes the elemental to thrash violently as the flames consume it. The water guardian, already restrained by the vines, is severely weakened by the attack. The once fluid form of the elemental begins to lose its shape, steam rising from where the fire burns hottest. Status: Water Guardian, severely weakened and on the verge of dissipating. Earth Guardian, unharmed, advancing on the party. Restrained by vines, struggling to break free. Fire Guardian, unharmed, having just attacked Lyra. Wounded, but still standing, preparing his next move. What do you do? After Simon's successful attack, the initiative order resets. It's now Lyra's turn, followed by Ella. How would you like to proceed?
I'm gonna pull out my short bow and shoot Seraphis.
Ella pulls out her short bow and shoots Seraphis. She rolls a. What'd you roll on the attack roll?
Hold on. 22.
22?
Yep.
What about the damage roll?
And the damage roll is 8.
I think I want Burger King for dinner. It's in the spicy chicken fries again.
Cool.
And I really like the spicy Sprite they've got. Strawberry Sprite.
You're freaking insane. That took like an hour for it to freaking dissipate from the back of my throat. My body was confused.
Mm.
It's like, this is supposed to be cold and tasty. Why does it taste like Cajun food?
Ella's attack 22, damage roll 8 points of piercing damage. Results: Ella swiftly pulls out her short bow, taking careful aim at Seraphis. The arrow flies true, piercing Seraphis with deadly accuracy. The arrow sinks deep into his side, and Seraphis winces in pain, the wound adding to the one inflicted earlier by Ella's dagger. Status: severely wounded, struggling to maintain control of the ritual and his composure. Severely weakened, barely holding its form after Simon's critical hit. Earth Guardian, unharmed, advancing on the party. Air Guardian, restrained by vines, struggling to break free. Fire Guardian, unharmed, having just attacked Lyra. Next in initiative, Lyra with Ella's turn complete, it's now Lyra's turn. Seeing the situation unfold, Lyra has several options to support the party or hinder their enemies. What does Lyra do? Does she 1. Attack. Target one of the elemental guardians or Seraphis with a spell or ranged attack. 2. Heal. Use a healing spell on herself or an ally, such as Simon or Ella. 3. Support. Cast a spell to buff the party or debuff the enemies. 4. Take another action. Decide on another course of action based on the current situation. Please choose how Lyra proceeds, and I'll describe the result.
I'm thinking buff or debuff. What do you think?
I'm thinking she needs to attack Seraphis while he's almost down.
All right, let her do it.
Lyra attacks Seraphis with a ranged attack.
Spell.
Because hopefully, if we take down Seraphis, it might take down the other elementals.
Yeah. That's why I went for him first.
Right.
Result, Lyra hurls the flame seed at Seraphis. But despite her best efforts, the attack falls just short, missing Seraphis as he dodges to the side. The seed strikes the ground nearby, creating a small burst of flame, but leaving Seraphis unharmed. Status: severely wounded, but still standing, and now more wary of the attacks coming his way. Water Guardian: severely weakened, barely holding its form, unharmed, advancing on the party. Air Guardian: restrained by vines, struggling to break free. Fire Guardian: unharmed. Next in initiative, Elemental Guardians. With Lyra's turn complete, the Elemental Guardians act next. The Earth Guardian, unrestrained and closest to the party, is ready to continue its assault, while the others are still dealing with the effects of the Entangle spell. Earth Guardian's attack. The Earth Guardian continues its assault on Simon, attempting to slam him with its powerful fists. Attack roll. Please roll for Simon's AC, or let me know if you would like me to roll for the Earth Guardian's attack.
I don't know why it's asking that now. You roll for the Earth Guardians attack. Please. Failed to play message. Come on, read it aloud for me. Well, let's see. Earth Guardian attack roll 10. Result: the Earth Guardian swings its massive fist towards Simon, but Simon deftly sidesteps the attack, avoiding the blow entirely. The earth-shattering force of the Guardian's punch leaves a small crater in the ground where Simon once stood, but the Tiefling remains unharmed. Status update. Earth Guardian misses attack on Simon and is now vulnerable to counterattacks. Water Guardian, severely weakened, struggling to maintain its form. Air Guardian, restrained by vines, unable to act still. Fire Guardian, preparing to act on its next turn. Next in initiative, Seraphis. Seraphis, though extremely severely wounded, is not out of the fight yet. With a grim expression, he begins to gather elemental energy around him, preparing to unleash another attack. He raises his hands, summoning a storm bolt, a powerful mixture of wind and lightning, and directs it at Simon, who has been a significant threat. Attack roll. Let me roll for Seraphis' attack against Simon. Seraphis' attack roll 19. The storm bolt strikes true, hitting Simon directly with a surge of wind and lightning. Let me roll for the damage of Seraphis' storm bolt. What damage did you roll?
I feel like I'm in Fable 3 right now.
Do what?
I feel like I'm in Fable 3 right now.
Huh.
Oh, did I tell you there is creator content on Skyrim that lets you do all of the little jobs that Nyx and Bex give you in like a group.
Really?
Yeah, makes it so much easier than having to
I'd
drive
say.
back there a million times.
Right.
I'll have to send it to you.
I still haven't got my TV fixed.
I know, but eventually you will.
Yeah. Quit analyzing and tell us what you're doing.
It's having a complete mental breakdown. Oh snap.
Damage roll 9 points of lightning damage. Result Storm Bolt hits Simon, sending a surge of lightning coursing through his body. Simon takes 9 points of lightning damage from the attack. Next in initiative, Simon. Simon has just taken a hit from Seraphis' Storm Bolt, but now it's his turn to retaliate. What does Simon do?
He runs up and gives him a big old smack and kiss. Right on the lips. Surprises the fuck out of him.
I want to cast Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
That works too.
Yeah, pretty, pretty. Hello. How are you? Please stop getting me brushed. Nothing else.
What is that?
It was my dice, 18 points of damage.
Sound like something got squished.
That's what they sound like. They're bloody dice.
Oh.
Simon's reaction, Hellish Rebuke. As the lightning from Seraphis' Storm Bolt courses through Simon, the Tiefling fighter channels his infernal heritage and retaliates with Hellish Rebuke. Flames engulf Seraphis in a fiery burst, searing his flesh with intense heat. Damage, 18 points of fire damage. Result Seraphis lets out a pained cry as the flames of Simon's hellish rebuke consume him. The fiery retaliation severely wounds Seraphis, leaving him barely standing. The once confident mage now looks desperate, struggling to maintain control of the elemental forces around him. Simon's turn. With Seraphis reeling from the hellish rebuke, Simon now has the opportunity to continue his assault or take another action. What does Simon do?
Salted.
Simon shoots a fire crossbow bolt.
Is it a fire elemental crossbow bolt?
Yeah.
Did you mention it to the elemental crossbow bolt?
Your old day.
Big fat black cat.
20 hits.
A big fat black cat.
6 points of damage.
Milo. Ouch. Hot.
Yes, that dog has ODD.
Oh, she's such a beautiful lady. She's such a beautiful lady. She's so beautiful. She likes to make the beauty. Relax, don't do it when you just want to shoot it. Relax, don't do it when you gotta go.
Or crossbow in this case.
Mhm.
When does the next season of Sandman come out?
I haven't heard yet. Any day now.
I've been waiting for ChatGPT to respond to my phone. Oh, sir.
It's gonna be like they killed Kenny every time I see that.
Fire damage roll, 3 points of fire damage. Piercing damage, 6 points. Fire damage, 3 points. Total damage, 9 points. Result: Simon's fire elemental crossbow bolt flies through the air with deadly precision, striking Seraphis directly in the chest. The bolt pierces his flesh, and the fire from the bolt spreads quickly, further burning and weakening him. Seraphis, already on the brink of defeat, is now severely injured. The flames from Simon's bolt lick at his robes, and he struggles to maintain his composure as the combined damage threatens to overwhelm him. Seraphis' status: Seraphis, critically wounded, barely able to stand, and struggling to control the elemental forces. What do you do? Seraphis is on the verge of collapse. How would Simon, Ella, and Lyra like to proceed?
Wonder if we can just put him out of his misery.
Or should we ask him to surrender or we kill him?
Ella shouts,
Surrender or I'll kill you.
surrender or die.
With her voice ringing clear and forceful through the ritual chamber, Ella shouts at Seraphis, "Surrender or die!" Seraphis's response. Seraphis, barely able to stand and severely weakened by the combined attacks, looks at Ella with a mixture of defiance and desperation. He knows he is outmatched and outnumbered, his control over the elemental forces slipping through his fingers. The flames from Simon's attacks still burn at his robes, and his breath comes in ragged gasps. He glances around the chamber, seeing his elemental guardians struggling or restrained, and finally lowers his head in defeat. "Very well, I surrender," he croaks, dropping to his knees. "You have bested me." The elemental energies around the chamber begin to dissipate as Seraphis relinquishes his control. The elemental guardians, still connected to the rifts, lose some of their intensity but remain present, though less aggressive. What do you do? With Seraphis having surrendered, Simon, Ella, and Lyra now have the opportunity to 1. Interrogate Seraphis. Find out more about his plans, the elemental rifts, or the order of the elemental claw. 2. Secure the area. Restrain Seraphis and ensure that the elemental guardians are no longer a threat. 3. Disrupt the ritual. Investigate the rifts and the ritual components to ensure they cannot be used again. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed.
I say we restrain Serapis and disrupt the ritual.
My thoughts exactly.
Okay. Restrain Serapis and then disrupt the ritual.
There's a lot of stuff.
Seraphis. Simon and Lyra move quickly to restrain Seraphis. Using sturdy ropes, they bind his hands and secure him to one of the stone pillars in the chamber, ensuring he cannot escape or attempt any further magical tricks. Seraphis, weakened and defeated, offers little resistance as the bindings are tightened around him. His eyes are downcast, knowing that his plans have been thoroughly thwarted. Disrupting the ritual. With Seraphis securely restrained, Ella turns her attention to the ritual itself. The elemental rifts still pulse with power, though less intensely now that Seraphis is no longer actively controlling them. Ella carefully examines the ritual components scattered around the chamber. She notices several items: elemental foci, 4 crystalline objects placed at each cardinal point, each one connected to a different elemental rift. These seem to be key to maintaining the rift's stability. Chanting glyphs, magical runes inscribed on the floor, pulsating with faint energy, which appear to be sustaining the rift's connection to the material plane. Ritual scrolls, a set of scrolls detailing the incantations Seraphis used to open and control the rifts. Disrupting the ritual. Action Plan 1. Destroying the elemental foci. By shattering these crystalline objects, the connection to the rifts can be severed, closing them. 2. Erasing the chanting glyphs. By disrupting or defacing these runes, the magical energies binding the rifts to this plane can be nullified. 3. Burning the ritual scrolls. To prevent anyone from ever recreating this ritual, destroying the scrolls is essential. Execution. Simon and Ella begin by shattering the elemental foci one by one. As each crystalline object is destroyed, the corresponding elemental rift begins to shrink, its power fading until it is nothing more than a faint shimmer in the air. Lyra uses her druidic magic to manipulate the earth, causing it to rise up and deface the chanting glyphs. The runes flicker and die as they are disrupted, further weakening the rifts. Finally, Ella takes the ritual scrolls and uses a small flame to burn them, watching as the parchment curls and blackens, the forbidden knowledge reduced to ashes. Result: with the ritual disrupted and the rifts closing, the chamber becomes eerily quiet. The elemental guardians, no longer sustained by the rifts, begin to fade away, their forms dissolving back into the elemental planes from which they were summoned. What do you do? With the ritual successfully disrupted and Sarah restrained, Simon, Ella, and Lyra have accomplished their mission. What would you like to do next? Do you, one, now that the ritual is disrupted, you could question him further about his plans or the order of the elemental claw. Two, leave the chamber, take Seraphis with you, and return to Archmage Valen to report your success. Three, explore the cave. Search the chamber and surrounding areas for any other clues, treasures, or threats. Four, take another course of action. Decide on another action based on your current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed.
I thought we take Seraphis back to Archmage Valen.
I don't.
You don't? What do you want to do with them?
Um, I think we need to interrogate Seraphis first about um, what he was planning to do and who's above him in the order, and explore the cave.
Okay. We interrogate Seraphis as to what he was trying to accomplish and who is above him in the order.
Interrogating Seraphis. With the ritual disrupted and the elemental guardians fading away, Simon, Ella, and Lyra turn their attention to the restrained Seraphis. The dim light of the chamber casts long shadows across his face as Simon steps forward, ready to question him. What were you trying to accomplish with this ritual, Seraphis? And who is above you in the order? Seraphis, still bound and visibly weakened, looks up at Simon with a mixture of defiance and resignation. He knows his plans have been thwarted, but a glimmer of pride remains in his eyes as he begins to speak. The ritual was meant to tear open the boundaries between the elemental planes in this world. With the rifts fully open, we could harness the raw power of the elements, shaping them to our will. It would have given us control over the forces of nature itself. He pauses, catching his breath, before continuing. But I am only one part of a greater design. The order of the elemental claw is vast, its reach stretching far beyond what you see here. Above me are the true architects of our vision: Seraphina, the high elementalist, and Tiamon, the elemental seer. They command the order, guiding us toward our ultimate goal. Ella. And what is that goal? Seraphis smiles faintly, the expression twisted by the pain of his injuries.
It stops right there.
Sucks to be you. You already had two.
Our goal is nothing less than the reshaping of this world. The elemental claw seeks to bring about a new age, one where the balance of power is shifted in favor of the elements. We would become the stewards of this world, ruling over it with the might of fire, water, earth, and air. The old ways, your ways, would be swept aside and a new order would rise. He coughs weakly, a trace of blood at the corner of his mouth. You may have stopped me here, but the order is relentless. Others will continue our work. The rifts will open again, and when they do, the elemental forces will flood into your world, unstoppable. You cannot defeat the very essence of nature itself. What do you do? With this information, Simon, Ella, and Lyra now know more about the Order of the Elemental Claw and its leaders, Seraphina and Tiamat. However, they are faced with decisions. 1. Continue questioning. Press Seraphis for more details about the Order, its leaders, or its future plans. 2. Take Seraphis with you. Bring Seraphis back to Archmage Valen for further interrogation and judgment. 3. Leave Seraphis. Leave him restrained in the cave, ensuring he can't cause further harm, but not taking him with you. 4. Explore the cave. Search the surrounding area for more clues or treasure before leaving. 5. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on your current situation and goals. How do you wish to proceed?
I want to ask him, who is Archmage Valen?
I will ask Seraphis, who is Archmage Valen?
Oh, snap. Yeah, would you grab me a Tylenol, please? Would you grab me a
Ella
Tylenol?
steps forward, her eyes narrowing as she looks down at the weakened
Yeah, the
Seraphis.
500s.
Her voice is steady, but there's a hint of curiosity and suspicion as she asks the next question. Who is Archmage Valen? What do you know about him? Seraphis raises his gaze to meet Ella's, a flicker of recognition in his eyes. He chuckles softly, though the sound is more of a rasp, his breath shallow. Archmage Valen, so that's who you serve. I should have guessed. The man is a relic, a remnant of the old guard, clinging to the past. Valen is one of the few who still believe that they can maintain the balance of this world. A powerful mage, yes, but his time is running out, just like the rest of the old ways. He shifts slightly, the ropes binding him digging into his skin. Valen is a thorn in our side, constantly meddling where he does not belong. He seeks to preserve what should be reshaped. He knows of the order, of course. How could he not? But he underestimates. He believes that by sending agents like you, he can stop what is coming. Foolish, really. The world is changing, and even Archmage Valen cannot stop it. His voice drops to a conspiratorial tone. But be wary, little rogue. Even allies can have secrets. Do you truly know the one you serve? What do you do? With this revelation, Ella, Simon, and Lyra now have more insight into Seraphis's perspective on Archmage Valen. The question remains: 1. Continue interrogation. Press Seraphis for more information about Archmage Valen or other secrets he might be holding. 2. Take Seraphis to Valen. Return to the Archmage with Seraphis for further questioning and possible judgment. 3. Leave the cave. Decide to leave Seraphis in the cave and return to Valen with the information you've gathered. 4. Explore further. Search the cave for additional clues or hidden items before leaving. 5. Take another action. Choose a different course based on your goals and situation. How do you wish to proceed?
I want to ask him more about Balaam.
Ella wants to.
I want to know what he means by what he said about. I can go up a little bit. I can tell you.
Ella wants to know what Seraphis means by what?
Go up a little bit.
Better?
By who it is we serve. What does he know? I'm gonna take these glasses off for my better full of my freaking head. Ooh, is that some Skyrim right here?
Ella, her curiosity piqued by Seraphis's cryptic comment, presses further. Her voice is firm, laced with suspicion as she steps closer to the restrained mage. What do you mean by who we serve? What do you know, Seraphis? Speak plainly. Seraphis's eyes gleam with a mixture of cunning and pain as he looks up at Ella, sensing her unease. Oh, little rogue, you think you know where your loyalty lies, but do you? You follow Archmage Valen, but are you certain he is all that he claims to be? The Archmage is a man of secrets, of hidden agendas. Do you think he reveals everything to you, his so-called agents? He shifts uncomfortably in his bindings, the ropes biting into his skin as he speaks. Valen is not merely a protector of the old ways. He is a guardian of ancient knowledge, knowledge that has been lost, or rather, hidden from the world. He knows more about the Order of the Elemental Claw than he lets on. He knows our history, our purpose, and perhaps even our future. He leans forward as much as his restraints allow, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. You see, Valen plays a long game. He is a manipulator, a chess master moving pieces on a board you cannot even see. He may be using you to further his own ends, ends that don't align with your interests or even the world's. Do you truly believe you know his motives? Or are you just another pawn in his grand design? He smiles, a cold, unsettling expression. Beware, rogue. The truth is often buried beneath layers of lies, and the Archmage, he is very good at burying things. What do you do? Seraphis's words hang in the air, casting a shadow of doubt over the party's relationship with Archmage Valen. How will you respond? 1. Question Seraphis further. Press him for more details about Archmage Valen's secrets or his connection to the Order. 2. Disregard his words. Dismiss Seraphis's words as the ramblings of a desperate man and focus on your mission. 3. Take Seraphis to Valen. Bring Seraphis back to Archmage Valen to confront him with these revelations. 4. Explore the cave. Continue searching the cave for any further clues or hidden truths. 5. Take another action. Choose a different course.
Okay. I want you to tell this motherfucker.
You want what?
I want you to tell this motherfucker
Okay.
that if I wasn't already questioning the Archmage Valen, I wouldn't have asked him. Wasn't, not was.
If I wasn't,
Already questioning Valen's intentions.
then what?
I wouldn't have asked Seraphis about him. I wouldn't have asked him about him. Second,
Too late.
yeah.
Ella leans in closer, her voice calm but tinged with resolve as she addresses Seraphis.
Damn straight.
If I wasn't already questioning Valen's intentions, I wouldn't have asked you. Seraphis's eyes widened slightly at her response, a glint of respect mixing with the pain in his gaze. He didn't expect such candor from her, and it seems to catch him off guard. For a moment, he simply studies her, as if weighing his next words carefully. Perhaps you're wiser than I gave you credit for, Rogue. Questioning your master is the first step toward understanding the true game being played here. Valen's secrets run deep, and not all of them align with the safety and order he claims to protect. He glances around the chamber, as if ensuring no one else can hear him, then looks back at Ella. But be careful, Rogue. Valen has a way of bending truths to his will. What you think you know may be only the surface of a far more complex web. Trust your instincts and always keep one eye on your allies, especially those who hold power. Next steps. With Seraphis's words lingering in the air, the weight of doubt about Archmage Valen's true intentions becomes heavier. The path forward is unclear, but you now have more insight into the shadowy world of elemental forces and hidden agendas. What do? You can choose to 1. Interrogate Seraphis further. Continue pressing him for more information about Valen or the Order. 2. Take Seraphis to Valen. Return to Archmage Valen with Seraphis, armed with this new knowledge. 3. Explore the cave. Search for additional clues or hidden items within the cave. 4. Leave Seraphis. Decide to leave Seraphis in the cave, either alive or otherwise, and move on. 5. Plan your next move. Discuss the next steps with Simon and Lyra based on what you've learned. How would you like to proceed?
I want to ask Seraphis if he was trying to remake the world.
Hold
Then
on.
what is?
If you are trying to remake the world, okay.
What is Valen trying to do? trust nobody. Mm.
Ella fixes Seraphis with a piercing gaze, her curiosity now mixed with a deeper sense of urgency. She leans in, her voice firm and unyielding as she asks the next question. If you are trying to remake the world, what is Valen trying to do? Seraphis, still bound and weakened, studies Ella for a moment, as if gauging how much to reveal. His eyes flicker with a mixture of contempt and something almost resembling pity. Valen, Valen is trying to preserve it, but not in the way you might think. He is not merely a guardian of the old ways. No, his ambitions are far greater. He seeks to maintain control, to keep the world in a state of stasis, where nothing changes unless he wills it so. He fears the power we wield because it threatens the delicate balance he has spent centuries cultivating. He leans back slightly, his voice taking on a more reflective tone. Valen believes in order above all. He sees chaos as a force to be contained, and any who challenge his vision as a threat to be eliminated. He would rather see the world stagnate under his control than allow it to evolve, to grow into something new. Our goals, Rogue, are diametrically opposed. We seek transformation, a new age shaped by elemental forces. Valen seeks to keep things as they are, to prevent the rise of powers that could disrupt his carefully crafted order. A bitter smile tugs at the corner of his lips. But in his quest to preserve, he has become the greatest manipulator of all. He uses people, pawns in his grand design to maintain his control. And when they outlive their usefulness, well, let's just say Valen doesn't tolerate loose ends. He locks eyes with Ella, his voice dropping to a whisper. Ask yourself, what happens when you no longer serve his purpose? What do you do? Seraphis's words leave a heavy implication about Valen's true nature and motives. The question of loyalty and trust hangs in the air, casting a shadow over the mission and your relationship with the Archmage. Next steps. You can choose to 1. Interrogate Seraphis further, delve deeper into Valen's plans, or press for more information about the Order. 2. Take Seraphis to Valen, confront Archmage Valen with this newfound knowledge, and see how he responds. 3. Leave the cave. Take Seraphis and leave the cave to discuss your next move with Simon and Lyra. 4. Plan your next move. Consult with Simon and Lyra on how to proceed, considering Seraphis's revelations. How?
Still not done.
It's done. It was how do you want to do go from here?
Do you want to quit now or do you want
Yeah, let's quit now so I can get dinner ordered and ready. Okay, that's it for tonight. We'll pick this up again later. Thank you for being a good dungeon master for us.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed the session. Whenever you're ready to continue, just let me know, and we'll pick up right where we left off. Have a great night, and I look forward to the next adventure with Simon, Ella, and Lyra.
Yay.
Yay.
All right, so that's it for tonight. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out greatly. Again, I'm not trying to get in trouble for the music we play. It's nice music to have in the background. And with that, I'm not sure when we're going to get to our next session. It could be tomorrow. It could be a week from tomorrow. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
So that's the easiest thing to do is you can subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss any of these at all. But that's it for tonight. Everyone have a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye.